Derek Overstreet, founder of the New Millennium Group. We're a financial planning firm. We have advisors standing by right now to take your call. 888-999-6370. The reason you're going to want to call is we're going to help you retire 3 to 5 years before you thought possible. The way we do this is by putting together a step-by-step plan. So if you're one of those people listening and you'd like a plan in writing, give us a call at 888-999-6370. That's 888-999-6370, or go to utahsfinancialplanner.com.
Some of the most meaningful jewelry you own isn't new. It's inherited. A ring from a grandmother, a necklace full of memories, but no longer your style. Duke's Jewelers reimagines family heirlooms into custom pieces you'll actually wear and love. Working one-on-one, Duke's designers honor the original story while creating something fresh and modern. Don't let meaningful jewelry sit unused. Let it live on beautifully. Visit Duke's Jewelers in Springville or online at dukesjewelers.com, where old stories become new treasures.
Accessing.
When TV and radio collide.
Love it.
Wow. This is what you get. You're listening to JJ and Alex.
Don't touch that dial.
On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
All right, welcome back. JJ and Alex, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. It is a Beastie Boys kind of day. Good for you. Annapolis, appreciate you. That's good. Those are all good. The man wearing sunglasses in studio, Sly Sylvester. The glasses inside a windowless studio. It's a move, and it's only
a little bit of natural light coming in.
Yeah, actually, just a little bit. I'm surprised you can see your computer screen at this point. So.
Hey man, I'm trained. My eyes are trained.
We love having Sly in. We get to talk a lot about my favorite topic, which is college football a lot, and NFL, and of course he participated in both of those places in his life at a high level, and so we always appreciate him coming on the program. Speaking of the University of Utah, we had a discussion last hour. We played the Morgan Scally sound from practice and getting spring ball ready and how things are going for year one of Morgan Scally. I think it's safe to say that the energy level is Morgan Scally level, which is off the charts, and that's how it's going to remain, I think, for the rest of his career. Regardless of what's going on, that guy's going to bring that energy level. Also bringing the energy level, he is Josh Furlong. He covers the University of Utah for KSL Sports. Josh, what's going on, man?
How are you guys? Let's talk some Utah football.
Absolutely. Do you see Sly on your screen there with the sunglasses? Is this appropriate for a radio show?
Oh, I mean, Sly can get away with that. Like he's great with that.
I got a face for radio.
Oh, listen. Not that the bias is anywhere, but there is all Utah man gear also in the studio.
Always.
It's one of those things that I always enjoy when Sly comes in, and I'm the proud owner of a handful of Utah man gear that I wear on my house. I can't wear anything else. We get a lot of stuff over the years. Josh, you're probably the same way, where you have gear, but you can't wear it anywhere because then you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that.
Where are you wearing that?
Oh my gosh, just so much stuff in my closet that I'm probably just gonna pass. It's gonna pass on to grandkids. They'll be like, "Did you like Utah and BYU?" It's like I just got gifted a lot of stuff over the years. Okay,
all
so
right,
get over it. Josh, the vibe up on the hill with brand new Morgan Scally's head coach, Colton Swan at DC, of course. That's a move. Those two guys are very familiar with in the program. Kevin McGivern comes in running that offense. We heard Morgan Scally had to talk about routes that the Rhino backs were running, and I was like, this is something new for him. How is the head coach title fitting on Coach Scally so far?
Yeah, I think it's been natural. He's been preparing for this for a long time, so it's not like, this is just something that he lucked into, right? I mean, he's talked to Sharif Shah about this forever and trying to plan his coaching staff. I mean, this is a guy that has meticulously put together his first year as a head coach and then trying to be able to make it work. And for him, the football is going to come natural to him. He understands it. He played it, maybe not as a high level as some of these other guys, but he's played it at Utah. He understands what it's like, but he wants to be a big culture guy. And I understand culture gets thrown around in sports a lot, and it's kind of that buzzword that kind of everybody cringes at because it's just dumb. But with Scally, it's really about just kind of creating a atmosphere where the energy is there, the positivity is there, but there's also a dedication to the craft where once you step on that football field, you better be 100% committed or else you're just wasting everybody's time. And I think you see that. And I think that brings a lot of fun for the players because they know that it's business on the field. And then outside of that moment, they can be loose, they can dance, they can have fun. And it creates this camaraderie with the team that I don't know, we've seen it with Kyle Whittingham. I don't want to say that Kyle didn't have any of that.
Right.
But I think it's different, right? I think Morgan allows it just to be a lot more free. There's not a lot of buttoned up players. It's just being able to speak and be free in the way that players want to be.
Do you feel like it's, sometimes you get into these situations and it kind of sounds fakeish? Right? Like, does it feel scripted? Like, does it feel genuine as it looks, right? Like, we talk about Morgan having this personality and this and that, but, like, normally in transition periods, you kind of feel like sometimes it feels forced. Do you feel like it feels as natural and genuine as possible, or is there some kind of scripted stuff behind this?
No, I don't think it feels scripted at all. I think coming up to the you feel the same sense that it's always been because there's still kind of that same culture that Kyle built, right? Like he did a really good job of being able to build the culture there and kind of how Utah works. And Morgan is just running with that, right? There's obviously still holdover from some of the staff that was there, but it's kind of a smooth operation. Now, there's going to be some people that think, Morgan is playing up to the fans, right? Or doing different things to kind of be a little over the top to get their support. But I don't see that. We've known Morgan for a long time. That's just who he is. That's kind of his personality. And so I think, he's got to sell the program because this is his first year. He's replacing, an icon of the sport. And so he's got to sell himself, but at the same time, it's genuine. That's just who he is. He's a personable person who wants to be able to connect with everybody. He respects everybody and he wants to treat people like actual people. And so I think when you get to be around Scally and the other people that he's brought on, it really is a genuine kind of camaraderie with that program that he wants to build.
Josh, with the changeover of offensive coordinator, of course, with Jason Beck after just 1 year, but you do get to keep that quarterback room intact, which is massive for this team. What's a spread Kevin McGiven offense look like with this personnel group?
Yeah, they're not going to stray too far away from what they did last year. It's going to be different, right? Like there's going to be a much heavier emphasis on the pass. It's not using Kyle's system of trying to emphasize the run to set up everything else. That's not to say that they're going to go away from the run. They'd be stupid to. They've got dynamic quarterbacks who can run. They can, be effective there. But it's more using the pass to set up everything else. And it's also the ability to be able to make these quarterbacks much more complete players, right? He wants them to be able to have that ability to potentially have an option at the NFL. And, you can judge the merits of Devin Dampier or Bird Ficklin having an NFL possibility later, but it's utilizing them in a way where they're going through their full progressions. It's situational. It's not a lot of scripted stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, football is scripted to a lot of an extent, but he wants to be able to make these guys be able to understand what happens in that situation to allow for much more flexibility and freedom so that they're not just stuck to the same script where it's not, okay, I have X receiver, and if an X receiver is not there, then I can dump it off to here. It's really going through your full progressions and trying to utilize that. And then if things break down, Devin or Bird can have that ability to run. So it's a little bit more fluid. It's a little bit more situational, but I think it's a lot more flexible.
Just following up on the quarterback conversation, I know it's something that just keeps coming up because these guys are besties. And you would be if you both have 7-figure deals. I think that would be probably helpful to be able to be besties on that. But presumably the money offers, let's say that they're even equal, that Bird Ficklin may have been receiving other places. I don't know if that's the case or not. I don't know how much but people obviously saw what he did as a true freshman, and it looks phenomenal. What is it that Bird Ficklin really wants to do to come back and play, even though he knows that QB2 title is kind of following him around with it, even though his role seems very specific to something else? Or are those roles not as defined, I guess, as we typically do with the media?
I would say this year more than ever, these two aren't in the true, 1-2 role.
Right.
I think Bird is obviously the backup, but they want to utilize him in a way that is completely effective, right? Like they want to utilize him on the field so that they can get him involved in the game. That was one of the big things Kevin McGivern talked about is, the big thing for Bird is finding ways to utilize him on the field. Now, how that looks remains to be seen, right? You obviously don't want to just put somebody on the field that's not going to do anything and just be a decoy, because then that changes the landscape for the defense and it makes it easier. But I think they truly want to utilize these guys in ways that benefit their strengths. And both guys, they have strengths in passing, they have strengths in rushing the ball. So it's finding ways to be able to utilize them in a way that the defenses probably haven't experienced, to at least that extent where you have two quarterbacks that can be pretty dynamic and fluid, right? So, I think there's going to be a lot of give and take. At the same time, Devin Dampier's your guy. He's going to be the mainstay, but they're going to try to do what they can to get Bird out there. And that was a big selling point for Bird to stay because he likes what he's got.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to make sure that, these guys are getting the same love around it and also protecting themselves. Because I'm telling you, if I saw a quarterback out and on air and I'm getting to jam him up at receiver, I'm taking my shot. So, that's going to be key. Talk about this offensive line. Like, what have you heard from Jordan Gross? Because, everybody's talking about it. That's the biggest difference from last year to this year is the offensive line strength that we've kind of lost. How is that going for Jordan Gross and the new players in the system, from Bott to Al Harrington and everybody else along that offensive line? How has that transition been?
Yeah, by all accounts, this is the area of the team where there was going to be a lot of questions, right? You lose five, true starters who have played together a ton. There's going to be a drop off. Now, I think the way that Utah has approached this is understanding that and trying really hard to build some camaraderie early with this group. And it seems like they've gotten a key five guys early. Jordan has done a good job of trying to understand how each person works. He understands that it's a risk taking him as even a coach to be able to be there, right? He understands that, it's not like he's been at a lot of these schools and he's come up through the ways and now he's at his P4 job and everything's good. So he's trying to bounce things off. He obviously has Alex Skirky there to help him and kind of give some consistency there. But it's all of these guys kind of working together. And the early results, through spring are that it's working. Now, with that said, it's easy to say, oh, these guys are going to gel, everything's going to be great. But it's a real thing that we're going to have to watch, right? Like, things are going well right now, and they've done a good job to be able to make it easy for everybody so it doesn't feel like you're losing those five guys. A lot of these guys have mixed into that offensive line in the last year, but you're significantly going down in the snap count. You've got a whole different unit. One of the biggest issues early on has been snapping the ball, and that's going to be something that they have to get cleaned up, or else this whole operation doesn't work. So I think they feel confident with what they've got. They've got a quarterback in the backfield that is used to being able to be flexible with whatever he has in offensive line. It's just going to be a wait and see moment. But I think everything right now is on pace to be okay. We'll just see how it actually plays out in the end.
I think people sort of look at the defense and go, well, that's a set and forget it situation. The head coach is a defensive guy. Obviously, Colton Swan's not new to the program. He's a guy who's been around and knows as much about what it means to be a Utah man and what that defense stands for. How is the Cowboy, Colton Swan, dealing with that upgrade into the defensive coordinator position? Because that also feels like a role he was built for, but, you got to get your feet under you.
Yeah, and he's been a DC before, but at a much lower level. And so it's just really kind of getting familiarized with what he needs to do in the moment, right? Like, he understands the game. Like, he's a very brilliant guy. He's a great recruiter. He understands how to connect pieces. What he said specifically is, instead of just focusing on the linebackers, he now has to worry about the whole defense. And that's been his biggest frustration, is just trying to figure out how to maximize his time for the entirety of the defense. The rest of it, it's going to come, right? Like, it's just getting used to it. It's being able to get your feet out from underneath you, trying to understand what you need to do. He did get an opportunity where Morgan kind of threw him into the fire and said, hey, you're going to call the fourth quarter of the bowl game. And, it was a bit rough in terms of what Colton Swan thinks it was, but what you saw on the field was a defense that continued to hum along and do what they needed to. So I think there's enough holdover from last year where they understand the schemes, they understand what they need to do. It's now just Colton kind of learning his role and kind of how he needs to operate in this level. He's done it before, but now it's just kind of reacclimating yourself and getting comfortable with the hand signals or whatever it may be.
What players? So when I train and I talk to people, I think the biggest jump needs to be made from your rookie year to your sophomore year, your freshman to your sophomore year. That first to second year's got to be huge. And you got a lot of guys who got, first year experience last year. You got Carson Kafusi, Elijah Ellis. You got Cash Dillon, Hunter Andrews. You got guys who were able to get some good experience last year. Aside from those guys, you got new guys in the program from Wayshawn Parker, Larry Simmons, et cetera, et cetera. Who's poised to have, to take the biggest jump from last year to this year? There's a lot of guys that are now starting opportunities, i.e. Trey Reynolds, Hunter Andrews, that's going to have expanded roles. But of all the players on the team right now, who's poised to have the biggest year from last year, biggest jump from last year to this year?
It's interesting you say that because Scally talked about that yesterday, and I think one that we have seen and what he talked about is Daniel Bray, freshman running back. He's he was smaller, he was more slender than your prototypical running back that you need at the P4 level. But he came in, and Scally said that he put in a ton of work to build his body. He's building, himself into a role that helps him. He's obviously shifty. Like we saw what he did at West Virginia. It was remarkable, kind of the speed and like the ability he can get to just change on a dime. But at the same time, it's buying into that culture and buying into what Utah wants for him. And by all accounts, it sounds like he's done that. Everything about his game has changed, and Scally called him kind of the most positive aspect of spring camp. So to me, when we get to watch those short periods, you're seeing it from him. He's running in a different way. They're utilizing him in a way that maximizes his ability. He's bought into the system. I don't know if there was complaints last year and he was frustrated that he wasn't getting playing time. I'm sure there was. But he's bought into what Utah wants for him, and it's so far showing up. Scally kind of mentioned one yesterday where he said one of the things that shows how bought in he is, there was an 80-yard touchdown reception for Kirry Scholes at the scrimmage on Saturday, and Daniel Bray was the first one down the field setting the block to be able to make sure that Scholes could get there.
Wow.
He says that's kind of that
awesome.
indication that he's there. And I think you're seeing that. So he's going to be a guy, but there's a ton of guys there. But I think Daniel Bray is going to be a guy that they're really excited about.
I asked Sly this at the top of the show, and I thought it's going to be interesting because obviously the basketball program and the football program are in totally different places right now, despite the fact they both have guys who are Utah guys who, any donor or anybody close to the Utah program or to the school would go, yeah, those are the guys you want to hire. How much grace is Morgan Scally going to get as the football coach? Because their situation, despite the fact that they are both Utah guys, Utah basketball is in a different spot than Utah football. I think the expectations, obviously, for football are, one, always going to be higher, and two, people aren't going to even let him drop off at all this year. Or how much grace are people going to give Morgan Scally, the very front end of his head coaching career?
Yeah, I think there's going to be grace to an extent, right? Like, I think they understand that Scally's new. This is his first gig, that there's going to be some grace period. But I think, just kind of getting the sentiment from the fan base, like, I really believe that they think that he's going to step in there and it's going to be an easy 10-win season. I don't think it's quite that, right? I think if you can get to 7-8 wins, although a disappointment to what Utah fans would want, that's going to at least be there. I think the biggest telltale here, though, is, let's say he goes 5-7. Obviously, Utah fans, that'd be a disaster situation. But if it's one in which it looks like there's forward momentum, then that helps. You can, years ago when Kyle went in the first couple of years of the Pac-12, 2 5-7 seasons, there was a clear difference in the first 5-7 season and the next 5-7 season because there seemed to be a path where Utah was breaking through. If Morgan is in that realm where he's breaking through and you can see the pieces coming together, I think there's more leeway. Now, don't get me wrong, 5-7 would be a disaster and that would put him in a world of hurt. But I don't, I think he's built enough here where, they'll give him grace, but he's done enough and he's such a Utah man that Utah football is a machine that he has to get those 7 and 8 wins to really kind of keep that momentum going.
Josh Furlong covers the University of Utah for KSL Sports, does a phenomenal job doing it. We have everybody covered. I mean, if you look at it and you say, okay, between Steve Bartle, Josh Furlong. You guys are up on the hill. You cover every bit of it, and you've been doing it for a long time, so we appreciate all the insights. And we're going to dip in at the end of spring just to make sure that everything's back on. Because, look, that'll be the last time we get to actually hear from people, and then we have this drought, Josh. You know the drought every year between then and camp where we have to just find every little nugget we can. So we'll have you back on during all that. Thanks for being with us today, man.
Appreciate it, guys.
There you go. Josh Furlong.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, Daniel Bray, just being on the sidelines and seeing him, that's real speed.
Is he a running back?
Bro, he's at everything.
I got chided by Steve Bartle. I was like, you got Wayshawn Parker, but like, what's the rest of the room look like? And he's like, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Daniel Bray. And I was like, he's like a slot receiver that they run the end around with. Like, I don't know.
He's the guy you need to put in the slot and run directly at the free safety. And just get him on his toes and clear him out and run an under route under. But that's me. But that guy right there, real speed. Like
you think about he and Bird Ficklin on the field.
Speed. Oh my gosh, that Baylor game when they went off. Oh my gosh, I'm just like, ooh. But like when you look at it, man, and you look at those guys and on the field, like okay, shiftiness is shiftiness. But when there is absolutely nothing you can do about his real speed and your real speed, that is Daniel Bray. He gets that corner and he is gone. And so a very, very exciting guy, and hopefully he's returning kicks right next to Mana Carvalho this year.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. We have more. When we return, get to our NFL Blitz. We, of course, have a Jazz game coming up right after us. We also have our weekly dip in with Mike Folta, radio play-by-play voice of Utah Mammoth. They got a big one tomorrow. I mean, look, they're all going to be big the rest of this time. You think about this team and what they have to do to be able to get to the playoffs. A lot of work yet to be done, but it can be done. Mike's going to join us next hour as well. Stay here, 97.5 KSL Sports Zone.
Derek Overstreet, founder of the New Millennium Group. We're a financial planning firm. We have advisors standing by right now to take your call. 888-999-6370. The reason you're going to want to call is we're going to help you retire 3 to 5 years before you thought possible. The way we do this is by putting together a step-by-step plan. So if you're one of those people listening and you'd like a plan in writing, give us a call at 888-999-6370. That's 888-999-6370, or go to utahsfinancialplanner.com.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
Mom, can you tell me a story?
Sure. Once upon a time, a mom needed a new car.
Was she brave?
She was tired, mostly. But she went to Carvana.com and found a great car at a great price. No secret treasure map required.
Did you have to fight a dragon?
Nope. She bought it 100% online. From her bed, actually.
Was it scary?
Honey, it was as unscary as car buying could be.
Did the car have a sunroof?
It did, actually.
Okay, good story.
Car buying you'll want to tell stories about. Buy your car today on
Carvana.
Delivery fees may apply.
All the latest news and notes from the league and the locals in the NFL. JJ and Alex bring you the NFL Blitz on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Welcome back. JJ and Alex, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Appreciate ya. Sly Sylvester rocking the sunglasses, of course, in the studio. We have a healthy choice also in the studio. It's not just the Nutty Buddies. I neglected to mention the Kirkland Signature dried mango.
She's just sitting there staring at you like you just forget about me.
But also, it's straight sugar. Those are straight sugar. I love it too. They're all with added sweetener. Come on. It's already dried fruit. You don't need to sweeten it that much. But yes, I'll take it. So we're having treats in the studio. You know why? Because it's April Fool's Day, and I said I was going to bring something, and I wasn't going to come up with a lie just because it was April Fool's Day. I hate April Fool's Day because I'm pretty gullible, and I fall for the crap. So you're
saying I missed my opportunity today?
Part of the thing is that my family's out of town, too, so I can't get reminded by my kids who are normally pulling a bunch of
pranks,
weird stuff on me on the day of, and I'm prepared when I come into the office. I had totally forgotten. I come into the office, and then people are putting whoopee cushions on chairs and
Rice Krispie treats out.
Who knows what's out in that Rice Krispie? You better avoid Look, I don't know who brought those Rice Krispie treats. There are definitely some powdered laxative on them.
It was Christian Esparza.
Oh, see?
Oh, I definitely not eat that. I know Christian up to something.
I saw him. He ran out of the building.
Yeah,
by the
he
way.
did.
Did you see that?
He had a little smirk too.
He looked like the neighborhood watch sign. You know, the guy's like, with his coat on the way out the door. Yeah. No, that was Christian. Christian's too nice to do that kind of stuff.
Me and Lloyd have been in here debating whether or not they're safe to eat.
It's exposed. The answer is no. Give me a sealed package on April Fool's. Come on, man. All right.
That would have never been you about 10 years ago. You'd be like, I'll take it.
Oh,
look,
I would have eaten half of it already for sure. So there you go. Learn your lesson on that one. Were you, Sly, remind me, were you in the league for the replacement refs at all? Were you in the league during that time frame? I'm trying to think.
I remember it. I mean, how was I in the league?
I'm trying to think because my Seattle Seahawks, of course, benefited mightily from a blown call by a high school ref who was coaching. The Fail Mary. I want to see what they call it. The Fail Mary. So let me see here.
Yeah,
I want to know what the date is. The Fail Mary NFL game, September 24, 2012. So you were in the league. The thing is, they'd probably buttoned up some of the stupidity. I mean, that game, the Fail Mary was the most blatant craziness. Because the one ref called it a touchdown.
Oh, with Green Bay. Yes,
Green Bay,
I
see?
was in the league. I was
Golden
watching
Tate.
that. Was that Sunday night or Monday night?
I can't remember, but it was
Sunday night football.
But it was Golden Tate in the back of the end zone, and it was like, who has the ball? It looked like it was definitely a pick, but then they gave the touchdown to Golden Tate. They're like, oh, simultaneous possession.
Tie
like,
goes to who?
No. No way.
Yeah,
sorry.
I was in the league for that.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's pretty funny to watch it go down now because rule changes are going to make it to where the NFL could actually see some problems with the officials union, and because they're having major officiating changes, and I don't know how much that actually. I don't know how much that actually changes the. What they're trying to do is they're trying to eliminate. There's one of the things they're doing is they're trying to eliminate the kicking team's incentive to intentionally kick the ball out of bounds when at the 50-yard line, because they're trying to look at this and they're trying to say, how are teams cheating the, what do they call it? It's like the active kickoff, dynamic kickoff. Boom. So they call it the dynamic kickoff.
It's disgusting.
Which I don't think. It doesn't have a lot of support. I don't think a lot of people love it.
I'm not loving it.
It looks so cheesy. It looks absolutely fake. And the surprise onside kick is out, and they're trying to figure out how to make it to where it's still – you can't just call it a dynamic kickoff and then assume it's going to be fun. So they have the NFL – everybody's looking this over, and they're wondering what the changes officially are going to be. But they're trying to modify the kicking alignment for the receiving team, and they're trying to figure out how they're gonna allow the kicking team possibly to declare. No, this one got passed. They're gonna allow the kicking team to declare an onside kick at any time during the game. That makes sense, but once you declare it, that
the other team knows. Surprise!
Are they just saying you have to tell the refs?
Yeah,
you can't because the team's lined up in their dumb formation that looks fake. So all those things that are coming up. And the league is bracing for a possibility of replacement refs to start the season, which I think adds a fun wrinkle as a watcher of the game. What ends up happening is you watch the game and you go, man, these refs. You think the ones who are actually like the really really good refs, people still say that they suck. These high school refs come in as replacements,
and
it
love
is
for
like
zebras.
Those poor guys. They better pay them that hazard pay. And of course, you cross the union lines, you're a scab. You're a referee scab.
Right, you're going against us, stupid.
I can't believe it. Next up, I wanted to also say, did you see that the NFL flag football team sucks compared to Team USA?
Oh, of course. I held a charity flag football tournament, and an actual flag football team came and played and whooped our I was yelling because it was an empty stadium. Of course, it was a charity game, it was echoing. I'm like, oh gosh, I'm bad. But yeah, it's very different. I knew that was going to happen. It was embarrassing. I don't know.
So all these discussions about who's going to be good for Team USA from the NFL,
it's not NFL guys.
It's fake.
It's not. It's a very different game, and how you do it. Now, I think there's a couple players that could come out, but for generalities of how the NFL rules are and techniques used, it's not flag football. It's not flag football rules. It's not like we're going and playing 7-on-7 in practice and in Skelly that you see all these high school. It's not. It's very, very different, and you can't just go, yeah, Jalen Hurts and those guys, they were treating it kind of like their Pro Bowl games. I'm like, this is terrible. And so, yeah, I was not surprised that the NFL guys got their butts whooped that bad. I remember just showing off highlights of, like, Joe Burrow, and you look down at the scoreboard, and Team USA has 40-something points to their 6. And I'm just like, what are y'all doing?
I know.
Y'all showing late game heroics from the NFL guys.
I know. And they're trying to show, listen, by the way, those flag football guys had the best. They had a lifetime experience of beating Tom Brady at football.
Oh, he was the best.
They beat Tom Brady.
And Logan Paul.
At football. Well, I do like that. I hope that it was real that Tom Brady chirped. Which Paul was it?
I think it was Logan.
Logan?
I think it was the Logan.
Who's the other
guy.
one?
Jake.
Lucas?
I assume
they
Paul.
were L's. I can't stand those guys, but whatever.
Hey, man.
They're not for everybody.
Entertainment.
The Steelers owner, the Rooney family, expecting a decision from Rodgers before the draft. They're asking Aaron Rodgers to give them a decision before the draft. I think that would be a very nice thing to do. I also think that if a guy's going to ignore somebody in this world, it's going to be Aaron Rodgers. And he would ignore even the Rooney family on a request.
I can't wait till the announcement on the Pat McAfee show. Nobody's really talked to me. There's no pressure. There's no. Shut up, dude. This is football. This is also a business. Give somebody some kind of. It's not about you all the time. Every single offseason is drawn out and delayed. But just get your butt in the building and go to work or retire. You've had a great career. You got a Hall of Fame career. You're getting a gold jacket. Shut up, play, or what? Like, let somebody know. People's got to go on with their lives, man. I hate it. I could go off about that, but
you did. By the way, you did. I could go off. I could say some mean things about this. You just did. I'm okay with it.
So frustrating.
Mike McCarthy, of course, is he's your new head coach.
I just hate that because we lost the Super Bowl to this guy.
Oh, yeah.
And you hire him? And even having Aaron Rodgers there?
I was going to say, you also lost the Super Bowl to the guy that they're trying to bring in back again. It's all just a ruse.
But for you is the definition of business is business, man.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's just what it is.
Well, but do you think that he's got it in him? Of course, his stint in Dallas was not very good. Or at the very least, it was underperforming for the talent
in Dallas. I think McCarthy did a great job in Dallas. I think he did a really, really good job in Dallas from what he was given and what. But hopefully, the owner that Rooney is, he's going to let you do your thing. So whoever Mike McCarthy truly is as a coach, it'll show here in his stint in Pittsburgh. And so I think he's going to do a good job. One, I didn't know the guy was from the area. And I'm telling you.
Yeah, he gets all choked up about do you think he got choked up about being from Pittsburgh and finally being able to coach the Steelers? Or do you think he was getting choked up because of the 8-figure contract he signed? That's what I would have been crying about.
I'm trying to tell you, living in Pittsburgh, if you're from Pittsburgh, it truly means that much to you. And so I think, yeah, the payment is great, but also his ability to be his homegrown team, coach that, be the guy. You want to be Chuck Noll? He can beat Chuck Noll in his that is a dream, a lifelong dream for a guy like that, man. So huge plus for McCarthy. I believe his emotions when he was in his introductory press conference.
Mike Tomlin is being thrown out there. NBC Sports is trying to. So I guess all the networks are trying to sign Tomlin as an analyst.
Next Kendrick Perkins. He's gonna come with all kind of lines.
Don't put your old coach on blast like that.
I love Mike T, though.
I want to know if he would be good TV.
He would be great TV. Well, the thing is that first initial, month, year, understanding like where you fall in line. But the things that he says, the insights that he has, he knows the game. He knows what to say. He's also a crowd favorite. He knows how to root the crowd. He gets it, and I think he would be must-see TV from the football aspect that a lot of people would love. I think he'd be great.
Yeah, so NBC thinks they have him in the crosshairs. They might get him.
Hey, they got to throw out a lot of money, and NBC can do that.
Are you shocked that he didn't try to?
Yes.
Like, was his hat not thrown in the ring at all? Like, was his agent just like, don't call, we want to take a break from it?
It was more because he's a very prideful person, and he likes winning, and when everybody's talking about, like, oh, you've had all these winning seasons, but you can't win a playoff. I think that really hurt him.
It's killing him.
I think that really hurts him because I think he thinks of himself, and what you have to do in this business, you have to think highly of yourself. And the fact that he couldn't get down, what people are complaining about are facts. And that's nothing that he can navigate around. And so it's just, he's not one of those who is just going to sit down and just not be a realist in those situations. So I think he really, really thought, I need a break. And this is what he's doing. And so his daughter's playing, she's a gymnast at Georgia, so he's actually able to, be there for all of those things and not at the combine and all this other stuff. So I think the break was much needed, but yeah, I think he took it to heart with all the stuff that people were saying. That was something that he read, he heard, and
you think NFL guys have to think highly of themselves? Man, shocker.
It's crazy, though, but it is, because there's a lot of guys who are so nice and they're very humble and this and that. And then you got other guys who are just like, their crap don't stink. And
I'm in this for me, man.
It is.
That's it.
It really is. You get a lot of guys like that, and it sucks because you can understand why and the stuff that they've been through, that they have to think like that, because at the end of the day, if you're not taking care of yourself, nobody else will. But how do you balance the humbleness from the narcissism?
I was a little bit narcissist in the NFL? I don't know, man.
There's a ton of them.
We were just talking about Aaron Rodgers. You described look, at the very least, borderline personality disorder, right? Come on.
I think you have to have some level of psychosis to be able to play the game. Narcissism is psychosis to me. Like,
it is 100%.
crazy.
It's absolutely. Yeah. It's one of the bad ones too, because there's actually no real cure for it. So.
No, there's not. But I do commend the people that know how to handle it and know when there's a time and place.
Here's what we're gonna do. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We've got ourselves a top 10 around the corner.
Oh,
Sly, you ready to play?
Of course.
Annapolis, I'm making. This is fun for me. I'm making Sly watch international friendlies in here.
I'm actually into it, man.
I am too. I got to get when the World Cup comes around, all the complaints and all the things we said about the World Cup and how the bad process and all that stuff, and I'll never buy tickets to it. Whoop-de-doo, I've never bought tickets to any other World Cup either.
Football is live.
I know, especially right now.
I'll go
because we're a couple months. What are we? 2 months away? June, right?
I go to Portugal and Spain next month. So.
Oh, you do?
Yes, and so I'm gonna see if I can catch a match.
Gosh, fire up the Grey Poupon, dude, for this guy.
Oh man.
Where are you guys going in Spain and Portugal?
We're going to Porto, Lisbon, Lagos, Madrid, Barcelona.
Look at
all over that. Nice.
If you're between Portugal and Spain, you got to hit up Gibraltar, dude.
Oh, do you see? I need the advice. We don't know where we're going. I'm just gonna be walking. Got to lose 30 pounds out there.
Oh, you're not, brother. You are not losing weight on that vacation right there, my guy.
Everybody said I will be.
A lot of Spanish paella. A lot of, well, they call it the Gulf.
No nutty buddies are out there.
No. No, they're nutty amigos there. All right.
All right.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. I'll give you Spanish travel tips next, right here, 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
Derek Overstreet, founder of the New Millennium Group. We're a financial planning firm. We have advisors standing by right now to take your call. 888-999-6370. The reason you're going to want to call is we're going to help you retire 3 to 5 years before you thought possible. The way we do this is by putting together a step-by-step plan. So if you're one of those people listening and you'd like a plan in writing, give us a call at 888-999-6370. That's 888-999-6370, or go to utahsfinancialplanner.com.
I sold my car in Carvana last night.
Well, that's cool.
No, you don't understand. It went perfectly. Real offer, down to the penny. They're picking it up tomorrow. Nothing went wrong.
So, what's the problem?
That is the problem. Nothing in my life goes as smoothly. I'm waiting for the catch.
Maybe there's no catch.
That's exactly what a catch would want me to think.
Wow, you need to relax.
I need to knock on wood. Do we have wood? Is this table wood?
I think it's laminate.
Okay, yeah, that's good. That's close enough.
Car selling without a catch. Sell your car today on
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest name.
You're locked into JJ and Alex. With the insight and analysis on the teams you can't live without. This is 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
The only break that I was going to allow the Beastie Boys not to bring us back. Very apropos on a Win Ticket Wednesday. Welcome back, JJ and Alex, 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone. Steven Sylvester, nice enough to hang out the next couple days here while JJ is, appropriately, on an island in the sun. Actually, Florida's not an island, but.
JJ doesn't seem like a beach guy.
I think he is. He said they're going to do some fishing while they're out there too.
Oh.
Some sport fishing.
I love fishing.
Yeah. And they're going to be there. He's going to love it. I'm hoping that it's phenomenal weather down there for the Jensen clan, right?
Nice.
What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Weezer. That's what you can win tickets to right now. Of course, you've got a concert coming up on September 15th. You can go to livenation.com right now because the tickets are on. Oh, sorry, they're going to be on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. You better get in. Or you know what? Better yet, just win them right now on the KSL Sports Zone to see at the Maverick Center. Weezer, The Shins, Silver Sun Pickups, all at the Maverick Center coming September 15th, and we're giving away the tickets right now. 801-575-ZONE. That's 801-575-ZONE. 801-575-9663. There you go. The tickets, pre-sale tickets, by the way, that's tomorrow if you type in the promo code WEMAV26. So WEMAV26, and you can do it a day early. The rest of the tickets go on sale on Friday. So there you go. Or win them right now, like I said. All right, I've got in front of me a top 10. Now, this is an interesting one because it's going to require some world knowledge here as well.
Geography?
Geography.
Oh, I'm good at geography.
I have in front of me, there was a poll that was taken. It was a 4,000-person survey across 5 different continents. Really disappointed they didn't hit Antarctica and probably Australia. They're like, Australia, you're a continent, I guess. It's fine.
We don't need your opinion.
I have in front of me the top-ranked stadiums in all the world. This isn't by size. This isn't by anything except for
the most fun.
So it's a mix of, according to the poll, it was a mix of like history, but also the vibe that's there, and so those are kind of the requisites there on it. So I have the top 100 stadiums in all the world. Could be for anything, by the way. Could be for anything. So
what if I said the cities, not the name of the stadium?
I'll take. You know what? I'll bite. I don't hate the idea of all of it. Hold on, I got to get. I have all. They actually have 100, but here we go.
I do not know the name.
I got
of the stadium
10. I got
in Brazil.
10 through 1. I know that's the thing. Is there's going to be some of those. So, Napolis, if you'll please. I know you're giving away tickets, but let's hit the timer in 3, 2, 1, go.
What is the stadium in Mexico City? Mexico City Soccer Stadium.
El Azteca?
Yeah.
Ding!
Ah,
Look
yes.
at that.
Brazil Soccer Stadium.
Well, the Brazil Soccer Stadium. I'll say yes.
San Paulo.
I'll say, well, let me see here.
What is it?
Are you talking about Maracanã? Ding!
Sure, yes. What about Portugal?
It's
Portugal.
in Rio. It's the Maracanã.
Okay,
Stadium,
Rio.
yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, you got it.
The Portugal
you
stadium.
got to give Europe
Portugal
some
or
love.
Spain stadium.
Barcelona, you mean?
Yes, Barcelona,
Camp Nou?
Spain.
Ding!
Yes. Okay, what about AT&T Stadium, Jerry's World?
Not on the list.
What about the Roman?
The Coliseum?
The Coliseum, yes.
I think defunct, and so it's not technically on the list.
You said for anything. It could
I
be for
did.
tours.
I think the people who have been dead and gone for 1,000 years probably have a point.
Hey, I saw Russell Crowe in there.
We're giving them 10 extra points right
10
here.
extra seconds. All right, I'm done.
There you go. So they listed 2 college stadiums in the U.S. and no NFL stadiums. It's
College
rife.
stadium.
This is rife with soccer, but also the Big House and the Horseshoe made the list.
The Big House?
Yeah, I'm surprised that like the Rose
Why
Bowl.
did they go to the freaking Big Ten?
Look, I don't know.
They took that over to Alabama's and the Tennessee's.
Well, you don't think of Alabama
Rocky
and go,
Top?
wow, that stadium. I know it gets crazy, but it's not iconic.
Right?
Their team is iconic.
What about
I don't think, Annapolis? Do you have any more guesses?
That's different.
If you're gonna go world soccer,
is soccer the majority of the list?
a lot of the list.
Yeah, I watch those matches and it goes
Big one.
ham.
Wembley?
Nice.
Oh, for tennis?
Bernabeu?
No, not Wimbledon. Wembley is the big soccer stadium, like the central soccer stadium.
In London?
Yes. What did you say?
The
Rodeo?
Bernabeu?
The what? I don't
In
know
Madrid.
What that is. No, it didn't. It's not on the list. Tottenham Stadium's on the list. Aren't those? Isn't that your team? Oh no, you're like Leicester or something like that. El Azteca made the list. Estadio Monumental. Here's the thing that's crazy. This is where River Plate plays their games. It was number 5 on the list, and I was like, "That's crazy."
What is that one?
That's where the second largest soccer team. I'll probably get beat up for saying that. Plays their games down in Argentina. Ibrox in Switzerland or in Scotland. Dortmund, Germany, where I'm assuming where Dortmund plays, and then number 1 on the list was La Bombonera. Are you familiar? This is Boca Juniors, also an Argentine team. So 2 teams in the top 5.
I should have just stayed with
Soccer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
I was trying to venture
Lots
out.
of baseball teams are pissed because they're like, the vibe at the Yankee
Baseball
Stadium's
is
the
not.
best.
No, it's not.
I don't think so either.
It maybe used to be late 90s or something.
Especially because my Mariners just lost to the Yankees for the 2nd day in a row. Pissed. And up in Seattle, too. All right, we'll take a break. We will come back. When we return, Mike Folta, radio play-by-play voice of the Utah Mammoth, going to join us on the program, and we'll get Mike's thoughts on what these last 7 games are going to look like for this Mammoth team. Stay here, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
Derek Overstreet, founder of the New Millennium Group. We're a financial planning firm. We have advisors standing by right now to take your call. 888-999-6370. The reason you're going to want to call is we're going to help you retire 3 to 5 years before you thought possible. The way we do this is by putting together a step-by-step plan. So if you're one of those people listening and you'd like a plan in writing, give us a call at 888-999-6370. That's 888-999-6370, or go to utahsfinancialplanner.com.